So unnatural.
I've got something that's going to turn your brain to jelly. So what's that? What's your first reaction?
This is I don't know. Hello, welcome back to the Distorted Trumpet Show, the ever-growingly popular, greatest podcast in the world featuring trumpet and guitar. In fact, the only podcast which asks the question of whether pedals sound better on a guitar or a trumpet. And we are on a continuing mission to understand what pedals work and what pedals don't, and to generally teach me a thing or two about pedals, because I don't actually know very much.
We're asking the question. I don't know if we're giving answers, but we
ask a lot of questions. We don't really get answers. So what have we got in the magic guitar case of truth today, JJ?
I've got something that's going to turn your brain to jelly.
Nice.
We had a very disappointing time last week, if you remember. What was it?
Yes, it was the greedy...
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week and I've forgotten exactly what it was called.
It was the tube screamer.
The tube screamer, yeah, we didn't like that.
Okay, so now...
Is this going to blow my mind?
This is going to... It's going to do something. I don't know,
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to like it, I don't know if you're going to hate it.
All right.
Probably
Bring it
both. So this is what's in the case this week.
Oh! Boss Metal Zone MT2. Nice.
So what's that? What's your first reaction?
This is I don't know. It's clearly a Metal Zone overdrive.
Yeah.
Something distortion pedal.
Black. So
black,
it's actually
yes.
the first Boss pedal that we've done. I mean,
I was going to say that we haven't had Boss pedals before.
I mean, we have the Roland, right? The Roland
Yes.
voice transformer, which
Yes.
Roland Boss are kind of the same company,
Yep.
right? But
Yep.
this is the first Boss pedal in the very familiar, solid
Nice.
metal enclosure.
Yeah.
And we spoke last week when we were talking about what we knew about green pedals. Well, this
Yeah.
one is clearly black, right?
Very.
So this is the MT2, the Metal Zone. This is the most loved and the most hated pedal in the world.
Nice.
Love it, hate it.
The Marmite pedal.
Exactly,
Right,
probably
okay.
both.
Okay.
So I'm going to read some notes because I need to quote from some comments.
Something
for
you
this
prepared
one.
earlier. Go on.
I mean,
Educate
this is thought of as the worst distortion pedal ever.
Okay.
However, it sold over 1 million units,
Right.
which makes it the company's best-selling pedal, behind only the DS1.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
it's the worst pedal, but
everybody buys it.
everybody buys it, right? So this is the MT2, and it followed on from the HM2, which is the heavy metal pedal. This is
Right.
the Metal Zone,
Right.
which was really hated. However, it was really popular amongst death metal. So again, thinking about what we discussed in the fuzz episode, you start with overdrive, which is sort of breaking up a bit,
Yeah.
distortion, and then fuzz. This is in the distortion camp.
Yeah.
And when the heavy metal came out, it was hard. It was technically difficult to push an amp, like a Marshall or whatever people were playing in those days,
Yeah.
into a heavy distortion without racking it up really loud.
Right. Okay.
So a distortion pedal was used to get that dark,
yeah.
aggressive tone.
Yeah.
So the MT2, when it came out, you see, just want to point out, we'll see it when we go in there. Have you seen these type of pedals before, switches before? You've got an inner and outer adjustment.
Oh no.
So feast your eyes on those bad boys.
Very cool.
Because you'll be playing with them.
2 for the price of 1.
It's a twofer. It's
Nice.
a twofer. So you've got 2 twofers, so you've got a fourfer. But what it does have is these are EQ settings. So you've got a high and a low on this one, and then you've got middle frequencies on this one. Now the trick with this pedal to make it sound good is to get the EQ right.
Okay.
And it's not like a global EQ, it's a global EQ of the distorted sound that's coming out of it. So it's completely unrelated to your tone control, the amp. It's actually what's happening within that box.
Okay.
So it has a dual stage gain circuit, 7 filters for both pre and post distortion, parametric 3-band EQ. I want to give you the quotes, which is why I have this piece of paper. Guitar World characterised the general reaction to the pedal as inspiring or confusing.
Interesting.
It's often lampooned as the worst distortion pedal ever made. Nathan Weaver of Wolves in the Throne Room described it as a effed up corpse grinding type sound.
Wow.
Despite that, Prince loves it.
Well, he's Prince.
He's Prince, so he can do anything.
Yeah.
And are you aware of the Wazacraft pedals?
No.
These are kind of these high end. They've been released recently.
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, I've
tweaked, modded one. I think they've done
Yes.
They've done one of those recently,
yeah.
which they only do to the good one. So
Yeah.
they had some sort
Okay.
of cheeky little mods and pop it
Yeah.
in. So I think it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Is there a... Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, just what you were saying there about it being the most hated and the most popular. Is there a part of it that people will buy a Boss pedal because it's a Boss pedal because they want the full set? Like,
well, if you want the full set, you're going to have
I don't know what
pretty chunky.
there are.
There's
No, but like
hundreds.
you know, like I said in another episode, I saw a thing on Johnny Marr and he had a pedal board that only had Boss pedals on it.
I mean, you used to be able to get like these. Maybe you still can. You get these pedal boards that just fit the Boss pedals that have got an integrated power support supply coming in a little case. I mean, they're cheap compared to your standard pedal nowadays, which is probably like $150 for a standard pedal, $250 for a boutique pedal. All your Boss pedals are typically $70 to $100.
Okay.
And they work really well.
Yeah.
They work really. They do a job.
Yeah.
People think that the reason it's so hated is because of the people not using the EQ correctly. Do people want it for completeness? Not really, because there's so many, right?
Okay.
You know, there's you maybe you'd go for like a blues breaker, a DS1, an OD. You know, You'd go for those rather than this first, unless you're a heavy metal player, in which case maybe you would.
Which obviously I am a heavy metal trumpet.
You are heavy. Well, it's heavy plastic. It matches the pTrumpet.
It does.
Right?
It goes with it. Yeah.
All right. Should we get it on?
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. For this distortion overdrive series, I'm just keeping the same guitar. So I've got my 99 SG. We're going into the ABY switcher, passive ABY switcher, into the pedal, into the Blackstar Amped 2, tiny bit of reverb, straight into and in the room, 1x12 Marshall cab. This is my clean tone. So Phil, I'll let you do it. So again, these are the controls. Level, it's just how loud it is.
Yeah.
There's your distortion, so your gain. And then you've got this 4-way equalizer. So high, low, middle, and these sort of weird middle frequencies. It's not a fuzz, but it's not far off, and that's low gain.
Yeah.
Try messing around with the EQ. The EQ is the critical.
immense. I love it.
That's pretty disgusting.
Do you like that?
I don't like it.
I think that's awesome.
It's a bit more to my
Well,
We'll do those tones later. So that's kind of what it sounds like. Let's try it with the old trumpington.
the old trumpet. Okie dokie.
The old trumpet.
So I'm playing my heavy metal trumpet today, specifically in black, which you won't have seen in any of the other episodes. If you're a regular visitor here, you will know that this is the pTrumpet HyTech, which is not expensive. It doesn't weigh anything, it's not fancy, but it sounds incredible. And I'm using the Yamaha Silent Brass mute, so we get an all wet sound, and I'm going through the same rig as JJ.
Okay, give us a clean tone. Ready?
Oh, Jesus.
Let's give that again on max gain. It's disgusting. I love it. Let's try and get this.
I mean, it's nice and all that.
What do you think? Do you think it's nice?
I mean, I think it sounds incredible on the guitar.
Yeah.
And I am a sucker for that. Like, the bit that you hated,
Yeah,
I do like that sound on a guitar. But with a trumpet, I don't think it gives me anything materially different than I get from my fuzz.
Yeah, try,
You know what I
try
mean?
this. It's very fuzzy.
Yeah. Nah,
No? Not for you?
not for me. No, I don't think. In my pedal board, which has got some space to be filled with some new pedals, I don't think you're going to be seeing one of these filling that space.
I think we just
Unless
not got
there's-
we've not got the EQ.
Well, I'm
on.
going to say, unless there's a magic setting that we haven't used yet.
This is supposed to be what Tool uses. a big difference there with the
Yeah.
EQ. Can we just try that? So, and then for me, that's what I was looking for. The one that made all that difference. I mean, so what you can do with this pedal with the guitar, I mean, it's got this 4-way equalizer, right?
Yes.
So what's really different, as we saw on the equalizer video, is that the equalization range for a guitar is completely different to a trumpet.
Yes.
Which we may or may not, if we ever get around to having a go with the super duper 31 band equalizer
Nice.
at some point, we may have a dive into. I don't think, and I think with the guitar you can find something, because you've got the high and the low and the middle. Now with the trumpet being just in the middle, I don't know if there is the subtlety to get what you need. I like that. So what I've got there, I've turned up a bit of high and low, but it does do something, but not massive amounts compared to what you get in the guitar.
Right.
And the distortion is, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And what I've done, I've turned the mids up and I've turned the mid frequencies down. I like that. So I can give you a little sneak preview in a future episode when we've completed our mini series on overdrive and distortion pedals.
Yes.
We're going to put all the ones that we've tried together, the fuzz, the metal zone, the tube screamer, and certain other ones that we may or may have not yet released. And we're going to run them side by side. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to save those settings.
Cool.
I think
We'll put
that
the vault until a
sounded
future week.
about,
That was the best.
That was a bit harsh on the guitar, but I think for the trumpet,
Yeah.
was,
That's good.
and it was almost like the secret hidden fuzz mode, right? It was a bit in between a distortion and a fuzz. I like that. So for me, this is very consistent with the internet. Thank you internet. Thank you Reddit.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you Facebook. Pedalboards of Doom. You know I love you. That it can be rubbish, but if you spend the time to dive in and get the EQ setting right, you can get a great sound out of it.
This video has been proof of that, because 10 minutes ago, I was ready to throw it in the bin and end the episode. And I'm now, and you heard me say, if you rewind, that this would never feature on my pedal board. But
prefer this, right now,
yes,
I prefer that to your fuzz.
I do as well. I agree. That's a bold statement.
Oh, these are big words.
Wow.
These are big words. You heard it here first. Trumpet loves Metal Zone to fuzz.
There you go.
Who won this one? Who won the battle? What do we think?
I don't know. I have a feeling the trumpet won.
I think the trumpet might have... Yeah, I'll give you that one. All right, see you next time.
Thanks a lot. Adios. Thanks for watching.
La la